Good morning. It's May the 11th. Yes, that's right, May the 11th. And it's a lovely morning. About 12 degrees. Grass is green. Birds are singing. Hammers are hammering down the street. And I'm actually heading off to Broad Street today, because I'm going to the Shoppers Drug Mart over there, to get my second booster shot. So, woohoo. So this will be a two-parter. Part one will be walking over there, and part two will be, you guessed it, walking back. I'm wearing a windbreaker over my sweater again. I don't really think I needed to do that. Could have just worn the sweater. But it does make it a little easier to attach the microphone here. Oh, that's where all the hammering's coming from. It's on this side of the street. Somebody doing something. I'll just cross to the other side of the street so I don't have to run into whatever they're doing there. So this is sort of like walking downtown, only not quite. Staying on the southern edge of the main downtown. In a few weeks, a lot of the noise will be coming out of our backyard as they begin working on our new deck and extension. There'll be a lot of demolition, including jackhammering off an old concrete porch that's back there. It's like they're putting in a new driveway, perhaps, and sidewalk. Oh, look, it's FedEx. I'm not expecting anything from FedEx, so I'm not worried about that. For some reason, green sleeves is running through my brain. And it's a hyped up version of it that's from the musical Six. If you don't know the musical Six, you should check it out. It's one act, but it's Henry VIII's six wives telling their stories. And now we're ex-wives, and they throw in green sleeves there, which of course dates back to that era. But it's actually a rock musical, so I highly recommend it. Plus, it's got actual history in it, which is kind of cool. It's on Broadway right now, I think, still. It was supposed to open just about the time the pandemic hit. So it took it a while to make it there, but it seems to be a great show, and I have a friend who saw it in Calgary. I think it was Calgary or Edmonton, just before the pandemic hit, and he quite liked it. Oh, what are they doing? There's a door there. See, they're supposed to be working in our backyard already, but there's been some delay. I just hope we get the deck built this summer and the extension. Looks like they're installing a new front door. We'll have a new back door when this is all said and done. And a downstairs bath, which we've never had, half bath. Plus a deck. That's what's coming up for us. My only concern is how it's going to freak out the cat. Poor Shadowpaw will not like having people jackhammering out back and hammering and talking and just being there. He doesn't like people, except for us. He's quite fond of his people. Doesn't have much use for other people's people, for other cats' people, or other people in general. I had thought I'd try to do some mailing while I was at the Broad Street Shoppers Drug Mart, but it turned out to be too complicated to organize. Plus I would have had to have lugged a bunch of books on foot, so tomorrow I think I'll have a car and run a bunch of errands tomorrow. Mostly cat related, since he needs kibble and litter. Yay, that's the exciting things I do. This glamorous life of being a freelance writer. I also get to do those kinds of chores during the days, since you're home. This is the former Saskatchewan Government Telephones building that's now Saskatchewan Royal Saskatchewan Museum. Somebody's trying to deliver flowers and nobody's letting him in. Leopold's Tavern. Specs. Eyeglasses store. Just bought some new reading glasses there not too long ago. Petrocan. Just bought gas there not too long ago. Boy, is that getting expensive. What are we at? 178.9 for regular. And one of my cars takes Supreme or whatever they call it. And that's the really expensive stuff. Fortunately, that car is only getting driven around town, but it's getting a lot more driving right now because my daughter's using it to go to work every day. So that's going to cost extra. Well, I can go one more, but I think I'll cross here. Didn't hit it very well, but eventually it will change. I'll head down this way. Coming back, I might walk a little further afield just to stretch it out, or I might not. I don't know. Probably it'll be along over by the College Avenue buildings like I often walk along. Tomorrow, if I have a car, I'll try to walk somewhere a little further away from home. Oh, I really hit this badly. This has to be the longest light in the city. At least it feels like it. And you're waiting to go this direction. I really didn't need this windbreaker. I'm getting quite warm in the sun. So I might not wear it coming back. Still waiting. Albert Street. That sort of thing amuses you. Still waiting. It hadn't changed for a while before I got here too. This really is a long light. Okay, but it'll change here in a second. Okay, that's our turn. At last. So in case you're wondering, we're going up 15th here. Shoppers Drug Mart is at the corner of 14th and Broad. So all the way over to Broad Street, one block up. So I'll probably just walk along 14th here. Sorry, 15th. At least till I get to Central Park, then I might cut through the park because it's always interesting. Gimbal doesn't want to track anything for some reason. Well, that's not good. There's an ambulance over there. Ambulance always means somebody's having a bad day. Come on, swing back around. Really, don't know what its problem is this morning. The gimbal has one job. It has to gimbal. If it doesn't gimbal, then what good is it? For some reason, it's not tracking when I move it from side to side. It keeps locking onto something off to the side and staying on it instead of looking straight ahead. Still some puddles around from the rain night before last and yesterday. Supposed to be a lot more rain coming tomorrow and Friday, so I don't know what that'll do to my walks. I don't mind walking a little bit under an umbrella, but it's not ideal. If it's raining on Friday when I walk around the lake, I might do that a non-talking walk with just the umbrella and the rain. I've done that before, and it's kind of a change of pace. We'll see. Just because they say it's going to rain doesn't mean it rains. So far, nobody has said hello this morning, so I don't know if anybody's watching live or not, but it doesn't matter. I'm still walking. It's got to have something to do with the mic. I need to go back and switch back to my wireless mic again, I think. I've just gotten out of the habit of that one. But it should work. I think my problems with the mic were entirely related to temperature. So in warm weather, they work fine. Once it gets cold, they start disconnecting. And my best bet is it's because in the cold, the plug-in shrinks at a different rate than the receptacle. It's an old apartment here. I always tell pre-air conditioning apartments because you always have a well in the middle so that everybody can get more air. Flowing through on a hot day. Whereas once air conditioning came along, that wasn't as important. So a single window, only windows on one side of the apartment, were not as... At least you see that in big office buildings from the pre-air conditioning days. And of course, before the pre-elevator days, you didn't want much more than a 10-story building, even if you could have built it. It was a long way to climb. The gimbal is really acting up here. I don't think it's a power issue. It seems to have lots of juice in the battery, but it's doing strange things, or it moves from side to side when I don't want it to. It's the Prince Charles Apartments over there. I wonder if they'll rename it to the King Charles Apartments when that sad day comes that the Queen is no longer with us. I would say not, but we have another Prince Charles, of course, Bonnie Prince Charlie, to name one. There's where we have a condo over there. That used to be where Central Collegiate was located for many years in Regina. These condos, the first one was built in 95, ours was built in 97, and the other one in 99, I think. The three complexes there. That's where we lived when we were first married. And we still own the condo and still use it. But we don't live there. Here's Central Park. We'll go through it, kitty corner here. And of course, the cool thing here, even cooler now, well, first of all, this is going to be a great garden shortly. So they do have this information about a local woman who was one of the players in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League in the States. A League of Our Own, of course, was the movie that was made about it. Mary Bonnie Baker. This is kind of the official monument here because she played here. This was a sports park more than it is now, I think. There's still a diamond over there in the corner, though. What's cool about that, of course, is that there's also this nice gazebo here in the middle. The novel I'm publishing through Shadowpaw Press this fall, called Thickwood by Gail M. Smith, features a young woman who has been playing in the All-American Professional Girls Baseball League. That's a rose garden there. I never promised you one, but there it is. If you get that reference, you're old as I am. Quite pretty. So she did a lot of research on the league, and there were a number of people from Saskatchewan, girls from Saskatchewan, who played in it. I'm looking forward to when the book comes out. I've already contacted the communications person with the All-American Girls Baseball League, because it still exists and has a website at least. And she was quite interested in seeing the book when it comes out, so I'm looking forward to that and hopefully sell a few copies that way. Stained glass studio over there, which is interesting. You can take lessons in making stained glass, which might be fun to do sometime. And over here is the Nesbitt Apartments, and I think the Prairie Dog alternative newspaper is still in there. I don't have much use for the Prairie Dog, which, from my point of view, their politics are slightly to the left of Stalin, but they were in there. Although now it says for a lease, so maybe they moved. For all I know, they're out of business. I haven't seen a copy in ages. Actually, I made that joke slightly to the left of Stalin to somebody who was quite offended. You're never supposed to make fun of left-wing stuff. You're only supposed to make fun of right-wing stuff. Have you noticed that? Another old apartment building. I like the looks of this one. Never been in it, though. And then this is the back of Shoppers Drug Mart up here. So once I get around in front of it, I will stop this, and then I'll pick it up later when I walk home again after I've been shot. That coffee shop over there is kind of in my Shards of Excalibur series. It's one I was thinking of, but it's a fictional coffee shop I have. I think I call it the Human Being, which I often use when I need a fictional coffee shop name. And here's Shoppers Drug Mart. So we will stop here, and I'll be back later. Bye for now. Hello, I'm back. It's still May 11th, 2022. I just came out of Shoppers Drug Mart there, here on Broad Street, where I had my second booster shot for the COVID. And now we'll walk over here and go down Broad, and then I think down probably the other down along College to go home. So once I get across those rocks without killing myself, that'll be good. There's Shoppers Drug Mart there and some doctor's offices and things. Bus stop. The General Hospital is just 2 or 3 blocks that way, but I don't really want to walk over there today. It's really warm now. I don't even need my sweater, but I have it on anyway because it's too hard to carry. I am carrying the windbreaker I was wearing earlier, though. I really didn't need that. It's supposed to go to 18 today, but in the sun it feels warmer than that even. Do you have medication questions? See pharmacy to book a medication assessment. No, I don't really have any medication questions. I know what I take. It's all preventative stuff, blood pressure and things like that. Cholesterol medicine, blood pressure medicine. Keep the old ticker ticking. We'll go all the way down here to college, and then we'll walk down by the college buildings, perhaps on the back side today, because I think I walked around on the front side last time I went that way. Maybe I'll go a little out of my way, go around CBC there, come back up the other side. Center Square Place has condos in it. I might as well go up the steps. There's a bubble tea place up here that I've been in many times, if they're still open. Looks like they're open. At least there's lights on. I mean, they're still in existence anyway. Then there's like a gift shop in here, gift store. There was a gallery there for a while. There's a space for lease if you need such a space. What's around the back here? Old apartment building. Well, now that that's out of the way, I can get back to work. Got to do 10,000 words of the job I'm editing to stay on schedule. More is probably better because I'm going to lose some days, but I'm going to be flying to Toronto before long. Actually, you can do quite a bit on the plane. The ergonomics are not exactly great. Better if you're in first class, but I don't think we are on that trip. But still, you can work. And I might just write. I'll have time to work in Toronto too. My wife is there for Engineers Canada meeting, and I'm just going, so she'll have meetings and I won't, so I'll actually have lots of time to myself. And I've been to Toronto. I don't have to do any touristy stuff specifically. Hotel's right downtown anyway, so. Okay. Well, that didn't have to wait long that time. So I think what we'll do is I'll jog in here, but then I'm going to go around the CBC. So I'll go this way. Again, that's the soundstage building in front of us, which also has a number of offices, including Creative Saskatchewan, who has given me grants in the past, and I hope will in the future, for publishing work. And Sask Books, the Publishers Association, of which I'm kind of interimly vice president. The vice president stepped down, and I said I would fill in that role, but I don't know that I'll stay in that role. Going forward, hasn't required me to do anything yet. But so one of the old college buildings. It's completely gutted on the inside, but they kept the exterior. And it's also the soundstage, so you kind of see you go from real windows where there are offices, and then about here it's all blacked out. That's because that's kind of the soundstage area on the other side there. Looks a little spooky, actually, the black windows, but random geese. And then it connects to the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation building up here, which I used to be in quite a bit when I was doing a weekly column on CBC's afternoon edition about science, which I did for 17 years. Most weeks I would be in here. But that's ended a long time ago now. So there you see the two buildings come together right here. The soundstage connects to the CBC. And there's the CBC lobby there. But we have to go around the building. Is this a ramp? What is this? Oh, it is a ramp. I've never been down this ramp. Let's go down the ramp. Look how many green leaves are popping out. And I can smell it too, all that greenery. New, green, exciting. Now the ramp just goes into the grass, which is a little odd. Oh, snowshoe hair. I might as well walk on the grass because I'm going to go around the building. Not chasing you. Quite calm, that one. I think I can go around the building. There's a fence up here because the next piece of land had a building on it that was torn down. Oh, I may not be able to get around the building. I may have to go back to the sidewalk. I think I will. And there was some attempt to immediately throw up a building, but they didn't really follow all the steps they should. Well, maybe I can go around this way. And so they're now just cleaning up the site. Can I fit through here? I think so. More CBC building here. Yeah, I can go through here. Oh, there's a gopher right in front of me. Don't know if you saw him or not, between the building and the fence. A bit of a squeak here. I hadn't thought about the fact that the grass might be a little wet from yesterday's rain. Not sure what the bolts on this side of the building represent. Maybe they put lights up, or maybe they're to put a trellis. Oh, I bet you that's it. It looks like it was originally the idea they'd have a trellis and ivy growing up the side of it, but it hasn't grown very far. And around here, also CBC. I've been on that terrace years ago when Alice was born. The afternoon edition did a karaoke show. And Colin Gura, the host, announced to the province that I had a new daughter, as you know, doesn't that happen to everyone? They get their child's birth announced on CBC. And I sang Mac the Knife on that in the style of Bobby Darin. It went fairly well. I did not realize when I started it that the key changes several times and goes up on each time, but I got through it. I joked I could have done You're Having My Baby, but Alice, Colin figured Margaret Ann might not like that one, and he was quite right. So this will bring us in behind the muster point. My arm's sore where I got the vaccine, but no immediate side effects. I never have had any from a vaccine. The shingles vaccine made me feel a little under the weather for a day or so, but nothing major even then. Okay, so there's the college building. The old college building, you can tell by the color of the bricks, and then the new additions have a different color brick. I don't know if they're exactly rules or not, but when you work on a historic building like that, the expectation is that you will make sure that you can distinguish between the new and the old, so you don't just build something new that mimics the old so completely that they look alike. You're not supposed to do that. But I don't know who says you're not supposed to do that. That just seems to be a rule. If that had been followed down through history, we'd have some things we think of as old buildings that would look very different. Because I'm sure there has been many times in history when old buildings were refurbished, wings replaced, and things like that, made to look exactly like the old building. Might as well walk up close to it since I'm coming from this direction. So there was an old wing that was completely demolished down at that end where there's now the new wing. And up in the probably the third floor corner, there's a dance studio which has my mother-in-law's name on it, Dr. Alice Goodfellow, because of her support with the conservatory and the reconstruction. The redoing of the college building to make it usable for another generation or three. There's also a room in this building which has my wife's and my name on it. A multi-purpose room up there. It's hard to see some of the detail there in the collegiate Gothic, this style is called. Brick and Tyndallstone is a very classic style in Regina. Tyndallstone is limestone. You can usually find fossils in it because it's part of an old seabed. Again, they're still demanding masks in university buildings. So I kind of object to that, and I don't have one. Well, I do have one, but I'm not going to put it on, so I'm not going in there. And of course, next is Dark Hall, where I was at the opening a couple of weeks ago. Did a bit of a walkthrough in there. Yes, I had to wear a mask for that one too, but I put up with it. Looks like they're still doing some work on the between area here, which is getting landscaped now, it looks like. So they've got a bit of a stage here, which you'll be able to have performances on. Access back here. There never was before. I mean, wheelchair access. That tree over there, I've had my photo taken in front of many a time. We used to come out after doing shows in Dark Hall all through the 90s. And it'd be, a couple of weeks later, right after, like usually the last few days of May. So the leaves would be out more, and we'd come out and often had a cast picture taken in front of that tree. So there's Dark Hall, the joint lobby space I was in. It's the Credit Union building. And over here is where they are building the new pool. I don't think it's ready this summer. I just don't think they're going to get there. Quite the undertaking. There's going to be, I can go over to the other side. There's going to be water slides now, which there never were before. I can cut across the grass here if I wish, and I think I wish. Other people have done that, I can tell by this bit of a path over here. I've often seen snowshoe hares in here, but with all the construction noise, it's probably not their favorite place at the moment. This will be a fairly short walk overall again today, but at least it's a walk. We'll see if it rains. Well, it's not supposed to rain till tomorrow afternoon, and I will have the car tomorrow, so I might try to go do a walk somewhere a little further afield while I'm out with the car tomorrow. And then Friday should be around the lake, but again, that depends on the rain, exactly what I do. I'm leaning towards the, if it's raining, no talking walk under an umbrella on Friday, which is fun. It's hard not to talk. I do talk. I like to talk. talk a lot when I'm doing these things. Talk a lot. Taught a lot. I mean, it's kind of a vlog too, a video blog. So I do talk about my writing. I doubt I've ever sold a book to anybody who's seen one of these, but it'd be nice. You can go to my website, edwardwillett.com, or to my publisher site, shadowpawpress.com, or to my online store, edwardwillettshop.com, or any bookstore. Look up Edward Willett and you'll find my books. And you really should buy one of each. Everything you can find. You wouldn't want to miss something. Even using Microsoft Publisher for Windows 95, if you can find it, my very first book. For the real completists among you. Be the first on your block to collect the whole set. I don't even have the whole set. There's been a couple published I don't think I have any copies of. I'm a bit less prolific right now than I was for a long time because I haven't been doing little children's educational books for the library market. I did a bunch of those, but with changes in publishers, that just kind of went away. And even though I've reached out a couple of times to publishers since then, I haven't had any takers. So I should do that again. Reach out to more educational publishers. The thing is, I don't particularly have anything I want to write about. I just want to be there, ready to write if they give me an assignment. That's kind of my ideal world, which I was doing for quite a while, especially with Enslow and Rosen were the two publishers I was working with. And then they joined forces, and somewhere along the way, they quit using me. Not that I'm not busy enough. It's always nice to have paying work as opposed to all the stuff I do in the hopes that it will pay at some point, which is a lot of what this freelancing is about. All right, well, I don't want to go over under the tunnel, so I will use the crosswalk and stop traffic. So I have the power. Take a little pass through Speaker's Corner here. Although I suppose it's probably quicker to go under. Okay, I'll go under the underpass. Don't stop traffic. These two lanterns here used to stand in Hyde Park in London, where of course the original Speaker's Corner is. And I think there was a statue on that at some point. Probably got taken down by some to avoid offending the super woke. I don't have much use for that behavior or attitude. History is history. Removing references to it doesn't help anybody learn about history, both the good and evil thereof. That's my feeling about it. Thought it might be wet down here, but it's not too much. Alrighty, this should be a very familiar stretch of road. I come this way all the time. There's Speaker's Corner over there on the other side. Again, one of my favorite houses, even though I've never been inside it. I just like it. I like the looks of it. I'd like to see inside it. I think I'd enjoy living there, but that's not going to happen. It's never been for sale, as far as I know, for the entire time I've lived around here. Got a nice yard too, I think. I haven't really seen it, but I think it must. I guess I could go down here, but it's a dead end, so wouldn't be very helpful. no thoroughfare. I don't know if there's any way to get through on foot or not. Probably not. Couldn't see into their backyard anyway. They got a fence. This is kind of a smaller version of the same idea. Not a fan of that shade of brick though. I think it's bigger than it looks because it goes back that way. It has a smaller street presence, but might be just as big as the other one. The hedges are turning green. The gardeners are turning green. There's that smell of fresh earth. Work going on over there. 'Tis the season, as I said. They'll soon be jackhammering the old porch off the back of our house, and it's not really attached, but it has to be jackhammered to get it out of there. They'll be taking down the carport because that's the only way to get equipment in. There's a bush back there we're hoping to save. The grass back there has never been much, and there's a bit of a patio which is really crumbling now. So all that's going out. We're gonna have a brand new deck. Eventually a hot tub back there is the plan. Not this year though. And we're putting in the pad for it. And a small extension. There's what we call the back kitchen, which is an uninsulated back porch. Although oddly enough, it has my office over top of it. What was originally just a balcony at some point, long before we had the house, and maybe even before Margaret and his grandparents had the house, was added onto and made into another room, or extended a room that was up there to make it bigger. Anyway, that's going to be opened up. The back wall will be opened up, and it's going to go out a few more feet and have a half bath in it. We'll have some new cabinetry in there, better storage. That's and a new back door, new back sidewalk, new back fence, and then they'll rebuild the carport, and it'll be good because it's been in danger of falling down for a while, or at least the roof sags. That's all coming up. We signed the contract. We've paid money. I'm sure it's going to happen. It was supposed to start already, but now it's going to be June, beginning of June before they do anything. It's supposed to be end of April originally. It still won't really be the last possible renovations we could do in the old house. The kitchen could be redone, but I don't know if we'll ever do it or not. Maybe in a more minor way than that one time we talked about. It'd be nice to be able to put a new refrigerator in there. The one we have, it's a 1955 International Harvester. Works fine, but can't be energy efficient. And from a storage point of view, the problem is you can't see into it. It's quite deep and dark. That probably just registered as a blip in the feed, but I'm basically here anyway. So I'll stop here. Thanks for walking with me. I should have a car tomorrow. I might go somewhere a little further afield. Bye for now.